Monte Ball.
Another good one.
Yes.
Yeah, good
they
game.
got rid of No-Show Moreno, who, by the way, had over 100 yards in the game-clinching
game.
touchdown in Miami yesterday. So you're like, well, did we get rid of the wrong guy?
They announced that at the stadium,
but
and everybody was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have gotten rid of that guy. But
Monte's going to be fine. He had some big
game.
runs in the first half. And I think in the second half, when they just tried to come out and run the ball and hold on to it, the Colts were ready for that. That's why they kind of struggled in the second half. But I think we saw some flashes of Monte in the first half that we're going to be fine in the running game. Yeah. Again, we got to think this is the Colts. I mean, this, you know what I'm saying? Look, Broncos fans, do you feel better than Chiefs fans today? I would say,
I would hope.
You feel better than like Cowboys fans today?
Yeah.
You feel better than Raiders fans today?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Anybody want to be a Raiders fan in here? Did you see that game?
Where's Andy?
Cedars? No?
We have one employee. We don't let him in the room. We don't even let him in here.
Chargers fans will find out how they feel tonight. They play on Monday Night Football.
Yeah. We got the Chiefs next week.
Yeah, Chiefs coming in next week. They lost at home.
Darn.
Yeah. Alex Smith, 3 interceptions, passer rating in the 40s. So we'll check that out. Hey, Colts fans, they might feel a little bit encouraged about their performance. Not getting down 24-0, but
a few more minutes on the clock.
Exactly. Andrew Luck is, he's a guy that can bring a team back, as we saw in the playoffs last year against the Chiefs. So let's see how the folks in Indy are feeling this morning. I believe we have Dave Furst, who's the sports director.
WRTV.
Right, RTV, our station, sister station in Scripps in Indianapolis. And I believe Dave's on the phone. Is that right, Deb?
You guys,
Dave.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Dave, we can hear you, buddy. How are you?
What do you think? What do you think about the game?
I want to know what you guys are doing up at 7 a.m. You guys are high-profile sports guys in Denver. You should be like walking in the studio around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What are you doing up at 7 a.m.?
They don't let us leave the building, Dave.
Dave, actually, neither one of us are in sports anymore. Mitch is the host of the morning show. I'm hosting the now in the afternoon. But believe me, we are, experts on the Broncos.
We couldn't find the sports guys.
We are experts on the Broncos. And look, Broncos fans. Obviously, you're not back in Indy yet, but what do you think Colts fans are going to take from this opening game?
Well, I'd say Indianapolis, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, but it's a pretty soft sports market. We're pretty forgiving people. It's not like New York or Chicago where, the Bears get handed a loss to Buffalo and the media in Chicago are ready to pretty much blow up the whole team. I mean, it's a pretty forgiving fan base, although I think the story for the Colts really are all those missed opportunities, especially those plays down on the goal line. They had first and goal a couple times down there and only managed 3 points. So, the first half, obviously, from the Colts standpoint, you can't let a team, especially a team led by Peyton, you can't give them 24 points. You can't go down 24-0 at the start of a game like that. So, but this is a trend that has been going on for some time now for Andrew Luck and the Colts. They seem to get out to a slow start and then play from behind. Now, the last couple of years they've done pretty well in coming from behind and picking up some wins, but against a team like Peyton and a great team like the Broncos, it just wasn't going to happen last night.
Yeah, and had to pull out of that deficit. How'd you think Luck looked last night?
I thought he looked okay. He looked. He didn't run as much as we've seen in the past. He stayed in the pocket. I thought a heck of a lot more than he's done in the past, and I couldn't help. I mean, he was killing himself after the game over that fourth down play that I guess he called himself. He called the quarterback sneak, and it was a yard, but it looked longer than a yard, and there was no penetration at all from that offensive line. And that thing was dead from the get-go. Although the folks here in Indy all thought, because you couldn't hear the whistle, they thought that somehow he got the ball to Ahmad Bradshaw, and Bradshaw was walking in for the touchdown on that play. But obviously that didn't happen. But, yeah, I thought Luck looked okay. Not one of his better games. But then again, he almost mastered another comeback in the fourth quarter again. So,
yeah, Dave, that Chiefs playoff game last year when we saw him bring them all the way back, the thing about Andrew Luck, I think, that struck me is that the guy never gives up, and the Colts team never gives up either. And
it was a good reminder last night. Yeah,
I mean, look, you get stuffed on a 4th and 1 at the goal line, and then you get sacked on a second 3rd and goal situation. And you know what? They kept coming back. They kept coming back. They had the ball with a chance to tie it at the 2-minute warning. So I think this Colts team is never going to give up. I think they're going to be in it till the end in every game they play. Is that how you feel as well?
Yeah, no, and it's proven in Luck's first 2 years. You can't give up on these guys. Although I just looked at the TV ratings last night, and people still they haven't figured it out. Apparently, the ratings towards the end of the game were not what you would think that it would be one touchdown game at the end, but I think part of that comes from luck. I mean, here's a guy that just doesn't give up, and I also think it comes from Chuck Pagano as well. Here's a guy that overcame leukemia a couple of years ago, and the team has rallied around that, and still they still do so to this day. So part of that is luck, and part of that is Chuck as well. But you're right. I mean, Colts fans, they should stick with this team towards the end, because this team really does, and they should. Look at all the weapons they've got offensively outside of the running back situation. The Colts didn't run the ball very well at all once again, but I mean, they've got really good wide receiver core, and when you've got that and a couple of tight ends that can catch the ball, then you've got something there at the end.
Yeah,
Luck and Chuck. Yeah,
cool. Dave, thank you. Thanks for getting up early and joining us. We appreciate it.
No problem, boys. Have a good season. Hopefully, we'll see you in the
you as
playoffs
well.
again.
All right,
we may see you again.
Yeah, we'll see you down the line somewhere.